Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this 100th annual Boise Music Week School Night celebration. My name is Hunter Johnson.
And I'm Jocelyn Smith.
We will be serving as your Masters of Ceremony for this evening's event. On behalf of the thousands of students involved in music programs across the Boise School District, we are thankful for all you do to support our music education, and we hope that you will enjoy the skills and talents offered this evening by our honor and combined ensembles.
To begin our program, we ask that you stand for the presentation of the colors by the Boise Schools ROTC. Then join us in singing the Star-Spangled Banner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while the combined choirs and orchestra under the direction of...
Just go here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, you may be seated. The Music Week tradition began back in 1919 when the idea of music performed by the people of the community for the people of the community began in Boise. Our theme this year is Music, the Universal Language. The volunteer musical presentations offered this week across our whole community do much to develop in Boise's youth people a real understanding and appreciation of the musical heritage and of the essential role music plays in a dynamic community. One of the many benefits of living in Boise, Idaho is the continued commitment to a strong public school music program. Your attendance here this evening is a testament to that support.
Before we get to music, 4 guest speakers have been asked to share a few thoughts with you this evening. We would like to invite to the podium Ms. Beverly Schumacher, past Boise Schools music specialist and current vice president of Boise Music Week. Ms. Schumacher.
Good evening. I am here representing the Boise Music Week Board, and it is my greatest honor to welcome everyone to season 100 of Boise Music Week. Roger Lingle, our president, is in rehearsal tonight for The Music Man, our Broadway production for this year, opening on Thursday night at the Morrison Center. With his quick speech, it is no surprise he was cast as a traveling salesman. The Music Week Board appreciates the efforts of all who have worked on tonight's concert, School Night. We greatly appreciate the many hours given by the administration, teachers, and students involved. The original concept by our founders was this very sort of concert, where talents are merged to create a beautiful performance of the world's great music by composers old and new. It takes the resources of a whole community to create the supportive culture that Boise Music Week depends upon. Please join me in showing our appreciation to Maureen Howe and the TLC Foundation for giving us this fine venue for our students to perform for their music tonight, because it is a great improvement over the outside stages constructed in the first years of Boise Music Week. As you may or may not know, Boise Music Week was founded 100 years ago by Eugene Farner. He was a talented violinist, composer, and organist at St. Michael's Cathedral. We are delighted that his granddaughter, Christine Farner, who lives in New Jersey, has come to Boise for the first time for this special celebration. Christine, could you please stand? There she is. The goal envisioned by our founders of Boise Music Week was to ensure that performance opportunities for local musicians would continue to grow and flourish. As we wrap up the first 100 years of this great celebration, we need to consider how all that has happened in our world, country, state, and community during that time has affected how we view and support the arts. Every significant political, natural, economic, cultural, and artistic event has contributed to this view. We are so lucky to live in a city where the arts have been greatly valued and supported through thick and thin. We constantly make choices about support, be it financial or participatory, especially when it comes to our youth. This performance tonight should encourage us to stay determined to keep the great support we have here in Boise alive and well. Just today at the noon organ recital, I met a couple who had recently moved to Boise. They mentioned that they were very impressed with the talent they had seen in Boise. They had lived in many communities and had never seen such an event as Boise Music Week. They are here tonight to support their granddaughter. This is where it starts. Without this foundation, our community would not be the same. Boise Music Week has a website, boisemusicweek.org. On that website, you can find information on the events still to happen this week. There are 5 days of wonderful performances you may yet attend. Tickets are often suggested, but never required for any Boise Music Week event. As long as there is a seat in the house, you will be admitted. We have added a new event this year in honor of our 100 years, an evening of barbershop music tomorrow at Bora High School. We are excited that some of our students here tonight will be participating in that concert. We are anxious to see where the next 100 years will take us. To get there, we greatly depend on the financial contributions of our patrons as well as our corporations and foundations, and we are in great need of more volunteers. On our website, we have a donate button where you can make a contribution and a volunteer tab. We are looking for people who are able to participate in committees that plan events, and we are in need of those with resources to help us with our manual jobs of setting up, transporting equipment and signs, handing out programs, etc., etc., etc. Thank you for coming tonight and for anything you can do to keep the supportive momentum going for the next 100 years of Boise Music Week. Thank you.
We have been able to hold the Boise Music Week School Night here at Taco Bell Arena for the last 5 years, thanks to the generosity of the TLC Foundation. The TLC Foundation has given over $750,000 to music and art programs in the Boise School District. Ms. Maureen Howe, founder and president of the TLC Foundation, is here tonight, and we would like her to stand to be recognized for her incredible contribution.
Sound reinforcement for events such as this is a big job. Through a generous contribution from the John William Jackson Fund, we are able to deliver good quality sound to you tonight. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Bill Jackson to share a few words on behalf of the Jackson Fund.
It's a pleasure to be here along with other distinguished organizations, especially the TLC Foundation. It's an honor for the John William Jackson Fund to be part of this very special program. And what we have done over the past couple of years is to make our donation in memory of Christy Green. Christy was a former school teacher, and this is one way that we can remember her contribution to the music in the Boise community. I also would like to thank the entire Boise Music Week organization. They have done a phenomenal job, and the fact that they're celebrating 100 years is quite an accomplishment. Let's give the entire Boise Music Week organization another round of applause. I personally want to applaud the unique partnership between students, teachers, and parents. Without this unique partnership, none of this would really happen. So again, let's applaud the students, the teachers, and most importantly, the parents who nourish these young individuals. Students, the other day, I talked to a young person, and I sort of got the impression that she didn't want me to tell her what to do. So what I'm going to do here is just offer a suggestion. You could take it or leave it. You have a bright future ahead of you. Take advantage of it. Even in these very difficult times that are going on in our world, there's opportunities. But you must prepare for those opportunities. And I hope that each one of you will realize your dream. And if for some reason you do not hit the mark on the first go-round, do not give up. Just think smart, re-energize, and apply yourself. We wish you a very happy, healthy life ahead of you. Thank you.
Representing the Boise Schools Board of Trustees, please welcome Mr. Troy Ron.
Thank you. On behalf of the board, I'm happy to add my welcome for tonight's performance. You know, these students behind us are very talented and they work hard at their craft, but they're also supported by some of the best teachers in the state of Idaho. And yeah. And I just want to personally thank them for all their dedication and time to help these students realize their full potential. And on behalf of the board, I also want to thank you, the patrons, for supporting our schools. You know, I think that was evidenced by last year's bond, 86 approval on our bond. It's just amazing support and trust and faith that you have in our school district. And let me just say that proceeds from that bond, 6 additional music classrooms at 6 of our schools are going to be supported by that bond. So we're very thankful for your support. Yeah, thank you. Finally, let me just say personally from myself and the board, our commitment to the music and arts. I think the board has a real passionate focus on music education, and we believe it's a very important pillar of the overall well-rounded liberal arts education that we provide to our students. And I think you're going to see that commitment tonight in these talented students. You know, as a board member, we have to go to a lot of things. You know, last night we were at a board meeting. I had to listen about the budget. Not very exciting. Important, but not very exciting. Tonight we get to go to music night. And as one of my fellow trustees said in the back room, some things we have to go to and some things we want to go to. And tonight, this is definitely something that I wanted to be here. I love this music night. It's one of my favorite things. And so I hope that for those of you who have not seen Music Night, you're going to enjoy it as much as I have. So on behalf of the board, thank you again for your support and for coming this evening.
As superintendent of the Boise Public Schools, Dr. Don Coberly has been a continual advocate for the arts. We appreciate his commitment and dedication to all students in the Boise School District. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Don Coberly.
So every year when I go last, right before the music starts, I'm reminded that brevity is a virtue. Thank you so much, Hunter and Jocelyn. I know you've put a lot of effort into preparing for the narration of the school night presentation. Folks, let's give Hunter and Jocelyn a nice round of applause. So occasionally I'm asked by parents of elementary school students about the academic path their child should take. There are so many choices available these days in education, they say. There are back-to-basics schools and STEM schools and charter schools and international baccalaureate schools and pre-engineering schools and on and on. I say choose the school or district that offers a comprehensive liberal arts curriculum, including music and the arts. I say check out the amazing opportunities available for your student in music and the arts in the Boise School District. Ask about band and orchestra offerings in the elementary schools. We start in the 5th and 6th grades. Then go and listen to musical performances at Boise, Bora, Capitol, and Timberline. Sample a madrigal or a cappella choir show, a chamber orchestra concert, or a marching band performance, or any of the other incredible presentations our student musicians make for this community. Our music education program in the Boise School District is among the best in the nation. Music students learn discipline and creativity and experience the joy of performing classical and contemporary pieces for an appreciative audience. Music is the ultimate team sport and a lifelong activity. So make sure your student is involved, I say, in our music program, first and foremost. But with this audience, I know I am preaching to the choir. You already understand the benefits that music education provides for your student, and you're here tonight. We are so appreciative of your support for your student and the music program in the Boise School District. Thank you, and enjoy tonight's performance.
Thank you, Dr. Koberly, and all of our speakers tonight. At this time, we would like to recognize members of the Music Week Board and our own Boise School District leadership team that are here tonight. Please join me in thanking them for their support as they stand.
The musical education of students in the Boise School District is in the hands of 79 very talented, motivated, and passionate professionals. Music teachers, please stand and be recognized for speaking into the lives of our young people through your music instruction.
We would like to take just a moment to recognize 4 outstanding music teachers who are retiring this year. Mrs. Kelly Kay, Mrs. Shelley Lindsay, Mrs. Terry Rogers, and Mrs. Marcia Von Hewen. Please join with me in acknowledging their passion and commitment to music education. You have made a significant difference in the lives of thousands of young people. Enjoy a well-deserved retirement.
And now, direct your attention to the large video screens as we begin Music, the Universal Language.
My name is Patrick Scott. I'm the director of the Kiwanis Boys Choir. These are boys made up of 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. We rehearse once a week and perform throughout the school year. Tonight, we'll be performing Flying Free by Don Bessig, accompanied by one of our own 6th graders, Jason Wong.
name is Marty. My name is Marty Worthington. My wife and I, Melody Worthington, are the directors of the Intermediate Honor Band. This is a group of select 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that audition for the band. Tonight we'll be performing The Great Locomotive Chase by Robert W. Smith, and we're delighted to share our performance with you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jasmine, and I'm in 6th grade at Taft Elementary. This is my 3rd year in All City Elementary Honor Choir, directed by Christy Poole and accompanied by Darren Gustafson. Each year, students in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade audition in September. We perform all throughout the school year. This year, we have been able to perform at Winter Gardens Aglow, Festival of Trees, our own holiday performance, and the Honors Concert in March. Today we will be singing Cheche Kule by Mark Burroughs. This traditional West African folk song reminds us that we all have a place to belong. Also accompanying us tonight on the djembe is 7th grade student from South Junior High, James Sorelli. We are sure you will enjoy this song as much as we do.
Hello, my name is Anna Robbins and I conduct the Intermediate Honor Orchestra. This group is comprised of members in 4th through 7th grade who meet once a week to rehearse their music. Tonight we will be performing Star Wars: The Force Awakens soundtrack highlights by John Williams, arranged by James Kasich.
I'm Josh Ray, and I'm the Director of Choirs at River Glen Junior High, and have the privilege of conducting the combined junior high choirs this year for Music Week. Tonight we're going to be singing a song called Sing to Me, and it's a poem by Ella Wheeler Wilcox from 100 years ago, so celebrating the early 1900s. We're also going to be accompanied by Kelly Kay, the Director of Choirs at South Junior High. I hope you enjoy the show.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Laurel Talley, and I'm the Director of Orchestras at Boise High School. I am happy to introduce you tonight to the Boise High School Chamber Orchestra. Comprised of 23 auditioned members, we work hard every day at 7:45 in the morning, and we love what we do. We hope you will enjoy the finale movement from William Walton's Second String Quartet, full of brilliance and virtuosity. Go Braves!
Heather Ray. I teach choir here at Bora High School, and tonight you're going to hear from Bora High's CDVE, that stands for Contemporary Directions Vocal Ensemble, a name coined back in the late 70s. We are doing an arrangement by Nielsen of U2's A Beautiful Day, because I thought that there's nothing more beautiful than this celebration of music and the 100th year anniversary of the Boise Music Week.
Traffic is silent, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you'd found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you could lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. What you don't love, you can feel it somehow. What you don't have, you don't need it now. Don't need it now. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Good evening. My name is Sandy Schoen, and I'm the co-director of the Junior High Honor Orchestra. The Junior High Honor Orchestra is composed of 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and we rehearse Monday evenings at Capitol High School. Tonight, the Junior High Honor Orchestra will be performing the Overture to Nabucco by Giuseppe Verdi under the direction of Enrique Martinez. Thank you very much.
Good evening, I'm Kevin Sullivan, Director of Bands at Bora High School. Tonight I'll be conducting the All-City Honor Jazz Band comprised of some of the best jazz musicians from the 4 Boise high schools. We will be performing I Can't Just Wait to Be King from The Lion King, written by Elton John, arrangement by Gordon Goodwin. Enjoy.
Good evening. I am Heather Ray, the Director of Choirs at Bora High School, and this is the United High School Choirs from Bora, Boise, Capital, and Timberline. Tonight we are going to be performing a song that I chose that I thought was timeless, something that to celebrate the 100th anniversary was something that everyone could relate to and imagine that anything is possible in this day and age, and that's definitely what we want to convey to these students. This is a Matthew Nielsen arrangement of Pure Imagination from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Hope you enjoy.
Good evening. My name is Laurel Talley, and I am the orchestra director at Boise High School. It is my pleasure to introduce you to the United High School Orchestra. This evening, we will be playing for you the last movement of Dvorak's most famous New World Symphony. We are comprised of musicians of the varsity orchestras from all 4 of our high schools and select wind, brass, and percussion players. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Paul Aiken.
Before we present the grand finale, we have a few announcements to make. There are still a few events to come in our celebration of Music Week 2018, not the least of which is the presentation of the Broadway musical, The Music Man. Show begins at 7:30 p.m. in the Morrison Center for the Performing Arts on Thursday through Sunday of this week, plus a Saturday and Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. If you do not already have tickets, you can just arrive at the Morrison Center and you will be offered any available seats approximately 15 minutes before the curtain. Friday the 18th at 12:15 p.m. is the organ recital and silent film presentation at the Egyptian Theater. Visit www.boisemusicweek.org for more information on all of the remaining events of Boise Music Week 2018.
We would once again like to thank our generous sponsors, Maureen Howe and the TLC Foundation and the John Williams Jackson Fund. This performance would not be possible without your love for music and the young people of Boise. We would also like to thank Mr. Gabe Garcia and the video production students from Capitol High School for preparing all of the song introduction videos and the live feed on the Jumbotron this evening. Well done.
And now for some logistics. Instrumentalists, please carefully put your instruments away before returning to help with chairs and stands. Junior high and high school vocalists, please exit using doors 2 and 3 so as not to interfere with instrumentalists. Finally, we ask elementary honor choir and Kiwanis Boys choir members to remain seated until the other students have left the area. Parents of instrumentalists are asked to meet their children outside of entrance number 1. Parents of vocalists are asked to meet their children outside of entrance number 2. Thank you for making this an efficient and safe exit process. On behalf of all the participants of the school night production, we thank you for your continued support of music through the years, and tonight, we specifically thank you for your attendance at this very important part of Music Week 2018. Thank you.
The final performance of this evening is a finale commissioned by the Boise School District in celebration of the 100th anniversary of Boise Music Week. Life Has Loveliness to Sell is based on a poem written 100 years ago by American poet Sarah Teasdale. Set to music by Boise composer and conductor Dr. Paul Aitken, the piece celebrates all the great and beautiful things that life has to offer. Dr. Aitken is the Director of Music and Composer-in-Residence at the Boise Cathedral of the Rockies in downtown Boise. In preparing to write the composition, Dr. Aitken met with one or more of the choirs at each of Boise's high schools asking the same question: what message would you like to send to teens in 2018 when they, like you, are celebrating the 200th anniversary of Music Week? Their response was that they wanted a composition that celebrated hope, peace, love, and respect for one another. As we conclude our centennial celebration of Boise Music Week School Night, would you please welcome Dr. Aitken as he conducts Life Has Loveliness to Sell, featuring the Boise School District Combined Choirs and Orchestra.
My name is Paul Aitken, and I'm the conductor and composer of the piece, Life is Loveliness to Sell, which will this year be presented by the Mass Choir and Orchestra that we've put together in honor of the 100th anniversary of Boise Music Week. The piece is called Life is Loveliness to Sell and is based on a poem by Sarah Teasdale. Sarah Teasdale wrote the text of this poem in 1918, just close to the end of the First World War. And so 100 years later, we are here again honoring her legacy and her poetry as we sing Life is Loveliness to Sell.